Hello everyone, this is Gruesome Hertzogg. The interview you're about to hear is with actor, stunt coordinator, and stuntman Jack Harrison. He played Idiot in the movie Dismal. Hope you enjoy.
Hello, this is Natalie Sheets. I played Jenna in the film Madison County, and you're listening to Gruesome Hertzogg.
Hey, horror fans, this is Ace Marrero, and you are listening to Gruesome Hertzogg. Dig it!
I'm Jessica Sonneborn, and I'm listening to Gruesome Hertzogg.
This is Yvette Corvea, and most of you know me as Marla from Run Bitch Run. She's a really evil, crazy bitch. And you guys are listening to Gruesome Hertzogg.
Hi, this is David Z. Stamp, and you're listening to Gruesome Hertzogg.
Hey, this is Bill Oberst Jr. I played Dale in the film Dismal, and as Dale would say, let me tell you something. You're listening to Gruesome Hertzogg. You got Dale's word on that.
Hey, this is James Cotton. I'm a director, writer, producer. You're listening to Gruesome Hertzogg.
Jack Harrison, action actor and stunt coordinator on 3 stunt teams. I played the character Idiot in the movie Dismal, and you're listening to Gruesome Hertzogg. Real rare ones or more the cult classics and stuff. I'm just not brushed up on it. I got to level with you, Scott. It might even help the interview before we go into it. I'm actually a stunt coordinator.
Yes, I knew that.
And I'm the stunt coordinator for Dismal, Savage, Lance Steel, Alien Jelly Monsters. I mean, all these movies that Fearmakers is doing. However, as an actor, I'm really kind of a leading man type actor.
Right.
And so I came on board for Dismal to be the stunt coordinator, and they had a big, ugly guy that I guess was a really ugly guy that was going to play the character Idiot.
Right.
And for whatever reason, he didn't sign on for the picture. The producers called me and said, well, that's fine because we consider this a blessing, like a happy accident. Even though he's a big, ugly guy, we would prefer you do the character because of the stunts and the physicality of it.
Exactly.
He said, as far as you're tall enough, you're 6'5", but the ugly, we'll make you ugly. So we're not concerned with that. But the other guy couldn't do stunts, he couldn't fight, he couldn't do anything. Well, he's just a big guy.
Right, right.
And they said, so the fact that he's not on the picture actually worked out. Now that you're on as a stunt coordinator, we want you to also play the character Idiot. And I said, fine, cool, let's do it.
So basically, you're a less known Kane Hodder.
Pretty much.
Isn't that how you started
exactly
out?
that. That's the joke with Fearmakers is I'm their Kane Hodder and people don't know it.
Yep. You know what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I did. Well, wait till have you had a chance to see that?
And then I'll go into how I, what I like about it. Go watch what I say, but.
No, well, look, man, I'm a safe environment. I'm not going to repeat it. But then again, I'm the villain in it. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that needs to know. When the hell are they going to release? Bill does, Billy Oberst, but you never see it.
Right.
It's implied that people are dead all the time. After Idiot actually is the alligator that was already on the bank was put there by me to lure the poachers in.
Oh, great, cool. Okay, I didn't know because you can only see the back part of the head.
Yeah. Well, I had a camouflaged hood on.
And I seen the flannel too.
Yeah, and I come up out of the water with it.
That's awesome.
To break down the opening credit sequence, the first little section there. 2 poachers are coming in the swamps in the middle of summer and shoot an alligator, and they're all celebrating and happy about they're going to bag this big beautiful alligator, and the big tough brother, the stronger brother, goes in after it into the water, and while he's out there he can't find it, and something gets a hold of him, and you think it's another alligator or something. And the younger, skittish brother, the weaker one's looking around, is confused what's going on, and the they're being poached by a cannibal. And so, I guess in simple terms, it's my character going after them. They went after the alligator, and I'm going after them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of the food chain kicking in.
Now, real quick, now this is going to sound crazy, but when the scene where you're dragging the two guys to your dingy
cabin,
dingy cabin, there's a pot sitting on a stove.
Yeah.
I thought about this for a long time to ask you this. Now, obviously, how did they make it look so disgusting? I mean,
but the pot in the stove?
Yes.
You mean on top of the stove? What's in it?
Yeah, what's in it?
I got to tell you the truth. I'm not 100% sure. The art department made it. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think it was mostly water, some leaves, like herbs. I don't mean like from a tree. I mean more like herbs and some kind of cooking herbs. And then I'm not even sure. I can't remember what was thrown in it. I think it was either gummy bears with fake blood, or literally a piece of meat.
Right.
So.
Hold on.
So it's a pretty neat shot the way they did that.
Hold on, man. My phone's ringing.
Sure.
Oh God. Now, I apologize for that. My son's calling me from upstairs. Now, where was I? Now,
stew.
The part that really, in the beginning of the movie, now I call him a teacher's pet / nerd.
Right.
Okay, that's what I called him in my preview of my movie. Now, no disrespect, but I'm just calling it as I see it.
Well, that's the character. I mean, it was incredibly acted out by Tim Morris, a terrific actor.
Yes, he is.
He really got into being a little antisocial, nervous, a little inept with women, and the whole nerd, the teacher's assistant, all that. I mean, real, almost intellectual. I mean, Tim really just nailed it on multiple levels. He did a great job with the character. And as well as, like, later on you see some of the crazy twitches and weird kind of eye contact that he makes. I mean, I think he played it very, very good, very, very well. I mean, Tim Morse did a great job with that character.
Yes, he did. Exactly, he did. Then later on in the movie, I don't want to give too much away in case people didn't see it, so I got to be careful of how much we put in here.
Right.
But one quick, what was I going to think of? I was thinking of what to talk to you about. Of course, I go blank now. We talked about the scene in the pot. All right, here's a good question for you. What was it like to work with Bill?
It was a dream. The conditions were difficult, but for everybody, the crew, the cast. I mean, the director, Gary King, did an amazing job too. But it's a demanding shoot. It's hot. It's summer. You're out in the woods in Georgia, so everybody's doing, putting their best foot forward. But it's just it wasn't a cakewalk. Let's put it that way. It wasn't like filming in Hawaii or on some big beautiful set in L.A.
A lot of bugs.
I mean, it was roughing it, but we knew that's what the movie was. We knew going down there that it was cannibals in the swamps. So, but working with Bill is a dream. I mean, no matter what the conditions are, the scene, or what's going on set, he's just always positive. He's always relaxed, and he's extremely professional. It's also really neat when you start working with him because he doesn't just take out of a scene what he needs, but he gives.
Right.
And so there's a couple of times I'll ask him, obviously, Bill, you're the one with all the dialogue. You got lots of character, lots going on here. There's only a couple of little things I need to be able to accomplish my goal, as the idiot in this. And he's like, oh, yeah, great, no problem. And in fact, he would not only accommodate what I needed, he'd probably give me a little more room or a little more things that I needed to do my job. And so, which was a lot easier than his. It was always good going to set or watching, working all those scenes with him, watching what he would create or come up with. He always had such a great deliveries, great jokes, performances. His temper would flare, obviously in character, because Bill Oberst is a perfect gentleman, but the character Dale is like psychopath, so he's all over the place. So yeah, he did a great job being crazy.
But what I told you in our phone conversation earlier this week, I love his character in the movie because he plays a Southern hick, or however you say it, so good.
Yeah.
He has these one-liners that I cannot get out of my head. You know, I told you about the scene at the kitchen table where you're sitting beside him and you're groaning, and then she's telling your brother not to eat that. She didn't realize that he does eat that, and I got that on my ringtone. I hate to tell you this, but I made it my ringtone.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, if Billy hears this, and I promise you, the director, the cinematographer, and all the producers would love to know that you got that as a ringtone, man. That is awesome.
It is. It was actually going off, and my son was going, "Oh no, yeah, you ungrateful bitch." You know?
Yeah, man. That is hysterical.
I love it. No, you latte. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Billy is an amazing actor, and I obviously we all know that. All you have to do is watch a movie, and common sense, he's great. But it is a team effort. Gary King was a terrific director who worked with Bill on a lot of those scenes, who allowed Bill to do certain things, but also pulled him back. And also the script was written by Bo Buckley, the producer.
Yeah.
One of the head producers of Fearmakers. Yeah, he's actually the writer. So there's a lot of those lines are already in the script. So Bill came up with quite a few great zingers, and so did Bo. Some of it was already on page.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of those lines were already on script.
Yep.
So I mean, it was easier and easier for Bill to just find that character Dale and go crazy with him.
To be honest with you, I never heard of Bill Oberst Jr. until I watched Dismal. I mean, like I said before, I was just like everybody else, the mainstream.
Yeah.
But then once I seen Dismal, I'm thinking there has to be gems that are low-budget movies. And I'm going to tell you something. I think there's more gems in the mid-market than in the high market. Like I told you in a phone conversation before, when you guys act, it's real acting. I mean, you actually have to put a performance to make money. If you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
These big market movies, okay, they already got. I mean, they're already getting paid. Boo-hoo, whatever. I mean, I don't know much about that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. But real quick, to get back to Dismal again, I don't want to hold you up any longer. But there's a scene which the part where he says, go catch your own fucking fish. And then he sends her out in the woods of course. I mean, that part of that movie, I said, wait, why would he do that?
Yeah, the character Shelley.
Why would he?
Kane, right?
I'm thinking, why would he do that, giving her a gun, when she can easily turn the gun on to you guys? Right? I'm thinking.
Right.
But that's hard.
Oh, no. It was a pitchfork.
Yeah, that's right.
He sent her out with a pitchfork. Yeah, Quadra Helix did a great job on the CGI, like the pitchfork in the leg, or the arrow that lands right next to her head in the tree. She screams and runs off. All that's CGI. Yeah, it looks like a real arrow. It's amazing. And then when she hits the tripwire, gets cut in half. I mean, yeah, lots of good stuff on that take.
And the one scene that blows me away is the scene, which I got to be careful in case people don't see it. If you know what I'm talking about, it involves you with the shotgun.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about that.
Okay. That blew me away. I mean, I don't know how they do that.
Oh, it blew me away. No, it was awesome. It was a combination. I guess to bring the audience up to speed, you're talking about a stunt that was performed by me as the character. And there's so many twists and turns to this plot and to the story that, we could talk about this and not give the whole movie away.
Right.
In a nutshell, even that has a plot twist. Even if you think you know what we're talking about, you still have to watch it and see that there's a twist at the end of that.
That is the most amazing part about that movie, is the ending.
Getting shot with a shotgun?
Yep, and the ending. You have no
Yeah,
idea. I
yeah.
gotta shut up. I won't say any more about that. But
No, that's okay. I'll take responsibility on it. I mean, the guys understand. It's we're just talking about a stunt, but I mean, people have to watch the movie to understand what happens beyond that, because there's more to not only my character but the other characters than one shotgun scene. No, what I did was I brought two of my guys down. We prepped the wall. It was the character Shelley actually kicks my character in the groin.
Yep.
Takes my weapon away from me and turns the tables. And my character is so aggressive he didn't care. He was coming after her. And so basically she takes a shotgun and just blasted me backwards up and against the cabin.
Yep.
And it was simple enough. We just used pulleys and wire work and a harness. And because of the thin T-shirt the character I had to play was wearing, there was no way to put any real body armor on. And so I had to muscle up and just do it.
Right.
And so I did that take 3 times that day. Wow. And with no body armor, from about 10 or 12 feet away from the structure, away from the cabin. And so, you know, my guys would rack me up against the side of that building. They'd check me, I'm fine, let's go back to the mark, and we did it again. So we did it like 2 or 3 times. 3 times for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then the shotgun blast and the blood is CGI.
No. One more thing, and I'll let you go, because I know you're a bitch. How can you kill Jamal like that? You remember me saying
Oh, yeah.
That scene was crazy.
Do you like that?
Oh, poor Jamal. As a matter of fact...
That's why they called me on the movie as a stunt coordinator. They needed somebody who was capable of doing the harness and wire work for that character to come up on a hook and make it look realistic. Like he's swinging like a fish on a hook.
As a matter of fact, he's coming on next week. I talked to him earlier.
Who, Jade? Jade Arnold?
Jade wants to...
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, believe it or not, I got probably a majority of the cast. I haven't talked to Lydia Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she even has a Facebook, so I can't get in contact with her. I would love to, because she was basically the main character, right? She's the one that blew you away, right?
She's on there. Go to the Fearmakers Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And look at their wall. I think like 4 or 5 posts down from the top. She just posted something a couple weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just connect with her.
Cool. I mean, I'm like I said, my podcast is different than everybody else's. You know, I'm a major, as you can tell, a major horror movie fan. I've been watching.
That's great.
I've been watching 80s horror. I mean, I'm a big 80s horror guy. I mean, Children of the Corn and, you know, the old 80s. But yeah, that scene, like I said, with Jade. I mean, with Jamal. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now that crocodile, that fake crocodile. Now, obviously it's a prop. Now, was that made for the movie, or was that?
No, there was a TV show down here at the studios in Wilmington called Surface.
Okay.
A couple years ago, and it was left over, and I think the producers just, you know, borrowed it or whatever, rented it. I'm not sure what they did, but they ended up using it for our movie.
Another crazy scene. Well, actually, there's 2 of them.
Let me give you a couple quick jokes about that.
Go ahead.
We packed up. They rented vans and trucks and everything for all the equipment and generators, and I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And Bo is the producer. He says, "Hey, look, you know, there's no place at all for this alligator. It's literally to scale. It's like 12 or 13 feet long."
Wow.
And he says, you know, you're riding down alone, and your stunt team's coming in a couple days, like a week later for the stunts. I had to go down early, obviously, because I was doing the acting for Idiot. And he says, "Do you mind if we push this thing in your Jeep, if it rides down with you?" And I said, "I'm alone." So I'm like, "Yeah, because that's fine with me, man." So we pushed this 13 or 12, 13, 14-foot alligator in my Jeep with its face all the way up into the windshield and legs sticking out the windows. And I'm driving all the way like 12 hours down to Blakely, Georgia, where we shot the movie.
Oh, my God.
I remember a couple times when I rolled the windows down, the air was blowing, the thing was dancing around.
I bet you people were looking, weren't they?
Yeah, it was even funnier is the corpses were really scary. I mean, they look like a decayed body. They don't look like, cheesy Halloween props. They were custom made.
Oh, my God.
And, like when Lydia Chandler's character wakes up, Dana.
Yeah.
When she wakes up and she's screaming, she's chained to the wall, and she sees the two, decayed corpses. Well, they actually put those in the back of the van that was taking all the cast down, this big cargo van. And so, like, people going down the road, like, look in the back window, there's, like, two dead bodies sitting there riding in the back seat.
Is it Halloween?
Yeah, just broad daylight, riding around, looking out the window.
Oh, my God. Now, how long did it take to make that movie? You remember?
Yeah, not long. I mean, these guys really had their act together. I think the shot list and the schedule, I think they crushed it out in 3.5 weeks.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, a lot of that has to do with the producers and Gary King. They were able to just keep everything right on schedule as best they could. I think in the beginning we got rained on the first.
Kill scenes were amazing. I think the acting in that movie completely was good. I mean, I told you before, there's a lot of movies that you can tell.
Cheesy actors, yeah.
Right, when you watch it, it's like you're watching, like I said, a high school play. But
yeah,
all you guys got, had your shit together. I mean.
Well, that goes back to Fear Makers and Gary King. They didn't put a bunch of people that were friends in the movie or people that they knew. They intentionally went out of their way to try to handpick the very best people so that the movie would be successful.
Yes, and I'm hoping that it gets a good. I'm hoping that when it does get released, that I think it's going to do good, but the funny part about it, if you haven't noticed, if you go on my Facebook when you get a chance, I posted the trailer for Dismal about 3 months ago, or maybe even longer than that. There is no response whatsoever. You know why? I have no idea what it's about.
Funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
And here I am, keep talking about this movie all the time. People have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that that'll change here with being on Showtime.
It will. Oh yeah, definitely.
Once it'll run this month and hopefully in October on Showtime. I think that should start to change the fact that more and more people are going to know the movie.
I guarantee you, they're going to say, "Well, how did you see it before we did?"
Right. Well, and here's the other thing. Yeah, you got to be realistic about horror movies. It'll do very well. Yep. With a release, with it showing on demand, pay-per-view on demand, and also now on Showtime, and then we're still waiting for the release, the official release on DVD, which will go to, obviously, rental stores everywhere, and Walmart, all that. But it's almost like it comes in two waves, but the second wave is a huge delay. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, and you find out later that it's got this massive cult following or something. Yeah, and then it's like, well, wow, where did that come from? You just, like a ghost from the past. The movie might just blow up. I mean, who knows?
Gary King's going to be walking around with his chest puffed out and say, look, I made that movie 6 years ago. Gary King. Go ahead.
He's a cool guy. Yeah, he's real modest, real easygoing. But he's super talented, though.
When I emailed you, I wasn't trying to be a pain in the ass. I just want to be able to get like I said, to be able to, for someone that's an actor, coordinator.
I knew better. I knew that this was the real deal. So I'm cool with it. I enjoy getting the word out about Dismal, and I'd love to have people see it, and also Savage coming out soon. Lots of great wire work and stunts, and the costume on Savage was $32,000 or more. I mean, we just really kicked it in the ass on a lot of things on that. It's not. That one's pretty cool too. It's not like Harry and Henderson's Pissed Off or Planet of the Apes. I mean, it's a real horror movie. We go right after these other characters.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I called my dad. My dad's 64 years old and he has some health issues. And I called him today, and I was telling him about you that I was talking to you the other day. Because my dad likes to hear what I, and he was all excited. I said, yeah, Dad. I said, you like Predator, right, Dad? Yeah. I said, picture a Bigfoot acting like Predator. He goes,
yeah.
He goes, well, when's it getting released? I said, is it out? I said, no. That's his first response. So I got to make sure that I get a copy of that for him, but. Yeah.
I expect a double whammy here this fall. We know Dismal's doing well, always has, and obviously with Showtime. We expect hopefully in the next month or two, if not layered right on top of Dismal, it'll be directly behind it.
Right.
Will be a Savage release. So, but Fearmakers, they're very sharp, good businessmen. They're right on top of everything, and it's just trying to find the right distribution company, the right that wants to pay you for what it's worth and stuff like that. So, but we know that they want it.
Right.
There's been tons and tons of interest, not only in America but also overseas.
Yeah, I was talking to Bill a couple weeks ago, and then again, what I also want to do is like Jack Harrison. I'm talking to you, whatever. I like to have an autograph picture or something from the movie of the people that I talk to. I'm not an autograph seeker, but I talked to Bill. Hey, Bill goes, no problem. Eventually, I
agree.
I guess eventually they're going to have a. See, the problem was I live 60 miles from Philly, so there's not very many horror fests in my area. So I'm kind of like screwed.
Right. You got to go down to Baltimore and D.C. for Horror Fun.
Right, and well, it's in Gettysburg this year, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if I'm going to pass this by you now. If you ever think of me, if you ever come across me, I don't know if you're going to have a character photo. I guess you probably are. If Bill is, you imagine so.
You mean as the character?
Yeah, or even a picture of yourself. Just
yeah. Well, I've got lots of pictures that I can have printed off, but I think I'm way beyond. The teeth, the eye, the prosthetic face, and my hair. They shaved all my hair off of that character. I'd have to go unless they're going to do the sequel, which they might. I doubt I'm going to be playing that character anytime in the near future.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you have I don't want to sound stupid, but I like to have a.
No. That's fine.
So,
I'd love to send you something. Yeah, anybody that is a big supporter of Dismal or support us and what we're doing. Anything I can do for you, sure.
Now, do you have my address?
Do not.
Okay, well,
do not. You'd have to.
I'll send it to you on Facebook. I don't want to go over the air. Cause,
Because
Bill has it already. Because he's going to send me something when he goes to when they start. I guess he said when they start, bringing the people to go around and advertise for Dismal, he'll have some things then. So I'm still waiting on Bill's response. I wrote to him. He says get back to him because that new movie that he was in that I seen the other day that the producer sent me a copy to watch. So I'm still waiting for him. But yeah, Gary King is going to come a lot. It's amazing. I got a great response.
You're going to catch up with Gary King in Gettysburg, right?
Yes. My son and I are going out. That's from my house to there is probably like an hour and 20-minute
that
drive.
Must be nice. Yeah, that's like 7 or 8 for me.
Yeah. So I'm going to head out there and I'm going to be meeting Gary. Well, hopefully I can meet Gary. I mean, if I talk to him beforehand, then he'll recognize. Well, not recognize you, but he'll know. I'll remind
him. He'll know.
So.
Right. He's wicked smart. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we?
No, not really. I just hopefully they'll. I'm excited with the release of these 2 movies. We've got another big one coming up whenever they officially greenlight it. So we're all in a holding pattern waiting on the Lance Steele Monster Hunter. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, but
no.
The producers are working their magic again. Dismal was written by Bo Buckley.
Yep.
Now Lance Steele is written by the other producer. There's 3 producers: Christopher Cook, Bo Buckley, and Justin Saponis.
Yep.
Saponis, Soupy, he's actually writing. He wrote and is looking to direct and produce Lance Steele Monster Hunter.
Ooh.
And it's hysterical. God, I laughed out loud the whole time I was reading through this thing. Yeah, and it's action-packed. It's super busy. There's tons of action, and there's also a lot of characters with a lot of interaction, and so there's nothing boring about this film whatsoever.
Wow.
So we're excited to head back to either Georgia or wherever they choose for locations, and once they lock it down, I mean, this thing's really crazy. It's a lot like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
But with like real knucklehead immortals. They're all like losers. So there's like werewolves, vampires, sorceresses,
really?
warlocks. Yeah, zombies, but the real fast, aggressive ones that'll like tackle you. And so just tons of crazy stuff going on.
Now I want you to share a story with the listeners. What you told me the day on your phone when you said you went to audition. You remember what you said to me? Remember Bill's role in Dismal?
Oh yeah. Bill will find this funny. If he listens to this podcast, he'll crack up. Yeah, they people have a pretty specific definition of my work. You know, 6'5" stunt man. You know, I played Idiot in Dismal and Bigfoot in Savage, and you know, they pretty much don't think I'm capable of anything other than like throwing somebody through a wall. And you know, I'm actually a pretty good actor, but people just don't realize it.
Huh.
And because it's not what I'm known for.
Right.
So I went in and I wanted to read for a hillbilly in this comedy. Again, very funny script written by Fearmakers. It's one of their real low-budget, fun projects, you know,
Right.
labor of love. And I went in to read it, and yeah, I was just having fun. You know, I was drinking a real beer in the audition, cussing people out. You know, just
Love it.
it totally blew their mind. And my character in the audition started to forget his manners, and introductions were necessary for like this Mexican and the aliens that came down to Earth, kind of like Mork from Ork, you know, but there's like 4 of them.
Right.
And so instead of saying, "Oh, where's my manners? This is Juan, and this is, you know, the alien," what I did was in the middle of that interview or the audition, I said, "Whoa, oh, damn!" And I could look at the producers who are just trying not to laugh on tape, but they're cracking up because they know I'm making fun of. I should say a tribute. I'm mocking Billy Oberst
Yep.
with his character Dale.
Yep.
And so that I did that as a more of a tribute than anything. I was like, "Oh, damn! Where's my manners? This is Juan, and these are the aliens, intergalactic cops." And you know, I just kept going with it, and
Oh God.
letting them know I was throwing a zinger like between the lines to them.
This is delicious.
Yeah. Bill would laugh too because here we are over 2 years later, and people are still quoting him. You want to talk about a quotable character? It's
God.
it's like any, you know, Tombstone or Caddyshack or you know, Animal House. You watch Dismal and you walk away with like 20 quotable lines from Bill Oberst Jr. It's hysterical.
Well, that's my household now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
My son does it now too. He goes.
All right, Jade's the same way. He played the character Jamal.
Yeah.
You know, ask him about the black snake. You know, ask him about
Don't get me started on that one.
Yeah. Bring that up in his interview.
I will. Black snake.
Buddy. She goes, I'm scared. It's the trees. He's like, nah, you need to be worried about, you know.
Oh God, that was
the
that
black
scene,
mamba.
That scene was one of them slapstick. But that scene reminded me of the scary movies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they say it and move on. It was so
the black
comical.
mamba, right.
Oh my God. Oh,
You know what cracks me up about that scene? Obviously, you know, the characters are very well acted by the actors.
Right.
They all did a great job. Megan Reedy played Eve. Jamal obviously played Jade. But when I watch it, I guess it's because I know these people personally. It just cracks me up watching Tim Morris, who played Kurt, the teacher's assistant. Like look how straight faced he is through the whole scene. It just cracks me up watching Tim. He doesn't wink. He doesn't smile. He doesn't even fidget. He just kind of looks around and has the most serious conversation in the world.
He goes, they're not around here.
Yeah. It's dry.
Dry.
It's serious. He doesn't overact it. It's so funny to me watching Tim.
Now, you do know now, when it comes out on DVD and I get it, you do know now I'm going to sit there and watch every scene, and I'm going to think about our conversation, and it's going to make the movie more realistic for me. Now, when he's
oh, yeah, dude.
Not
Well, there's
realistic,
so
but
many. Well, I know this is a short interview, but there's so many things behind the scenes. Like when we were chopping up Will Triplett's character, when he was on the table, and Billy starts singing that old, I don't know whether to call him by the actor's name or the characters. God. I guess to help people, I'll just call them by the characters. Dale was chopped, and of course now I forget Will's characters. Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
That's what it was, Gary. But Dale, my dad starts chopping up, or telling me to chop up Gary, and there was a vulture that was up in the roof that would poke its head down and look at us.
Oh, my
The
God.
cabin was a dilapidated slaves' quarters down in Georgia. It was like a real old cabin.
Oh, wow.
Other than a little bit of sprucing up with some props. I mean, it was, you walked out there and that's what it looked like.
No, yeah, that on that trailer I was telling you about for Dismal,
Uh-huh.
scene that Bill posted, he's singing that song, and that song is stuck to my head, and I can't say it now, but...
Oh, yeah, morning, sunshine, new days of break. I must have heard that. I love Billy, and I love what he brought to the character and what he brought to the movie.
He's amazing.
However, man to man, every night I would go back to the lodge we were staying in, offset, like as actors, and that shit would be in my head all night.
It's in my head. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'd take the face off, I'd kick the teeth out, the contact, great big white contact. I'd scrub up, take a shower, put a ball cap on and some shorts, and all night I'd be like singing that shit in my head, or you want some sushi? Catch you some fucking fish. And all night I'd be listening like, what did he say today? Because I know it's stuck in my head tonight.
Oh my God! Now, not to change the subject, but he was in that Devil Within. He played the principal. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had a smaller role in there, I guess, because he's occupied with Dismal. I imagine so. I mean, he wasn't in the, but him in that movie. I don't want to. You know.
I haven't seen it. I'm a fan of Billy, but I haven't seen everything he's done. He's been incredibly busy, and in order to keep up with his success, I've been busy. So I've been focused on a lot of things too. But every chance that I get, I try to check out as much as I can from Bill. You know, whenever he posts things, I mean, he's got such a terrific sense of humor.
Yes,
or
he does.
or his movies. I always love his deliveries.
Yeah,
always.
The only reason why I know that movie is because William, wait a minute, Matt Dean sent me a copy of the movie, and that's how I watch it on Monday night. But you know, he is so. I mean, this interview is about you. Don't get me wrong, but
no, I'm not worried about it.
His acting ability, he can switch it. He can.
Well, no, Billy's a very, very superstar talented actor. In fact, his character on the credits should have been 6 or 7 characters down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the movie, when I read the script and I watched the movie, you know, it should have been like Lydia and Tim and you know, some other people.
Right.
And after Billy got his hands on the movie, I mean, there's no surprise here. I mean, he's top billing.
Right.
He took a supportive character and turned it into a lead. I mean, a lot of this movie is, you know, we all contribute. We all did great things with our characters and our parts, but it became pretty clear with the producers, the director, with everybody there. If you were there and you're paying attention, you knew Billy's like hitting home runs.
Right, and you know, like I said, I love Billy's acting, but I'm also a like Leatherface, like you, the role you played.
Yeah, and I think that was cool too, that he and I could play off of each other. He could play the brains and the sadistic, mean psychopath, and I was his tool. You know, I was this great big massive killer that he would send out after people.
Idiot, you forgot the gasoline.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, God. Sticks in my freaking head.
Yeah. Well, that's acting right there, buddy. You know, I've got a lot of pride, a lot of strength, a lot of intelligence, but to play that character the way it needed to be played, I had to just forget about, you know, vanity completely.
Yeah, oh, God.
I had to play it mentally challenged and deformed and hop around like a 13-year-old or 12-year-old boy.
Yep.
You know, I really had to just allow myself to go there. As much as at times I didn't want to. I realized I don't jump around here like a chimpanzee, but I realized for the sake of the film or the sake of this character, I had to do what needed to be done.
No,
and that gasoline scene's another example of that.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm talking to you, but you did a damn good job in that movie as well. I mean, I'm not saying...
I appreciate it.
I'm not saying because
I'm talking
to you.
Well, it was a team effort. Everybody did so well.
Exactly.
When you're working with everybody, and it's not just everybody in the film, it's the people that made the film.
Yep.
The crew, you know, I have the highest respect for working with Gary King and the cinematographer, Sean Llewellyn. In fact, him and I have become very, very good friends, working on several projects together since then. And obviously every time something comes up with Fearmakers, they call me and I pick up the phone. So that's mutual right there. You know, we're both looking forward to working with each other. I think they rock, tell you straight up. I think they fucking rock.
Yep.
I love horror movies. I love horror movies, but, you know, every time they've got something cooking, you know it's going to be good.
Yep, and I wish the best for you. I mean, I'm hoping that you. I mean, I know you're a stunt coordinator, but I'd be love to see you do some more movies. Which you have 2 of them coming out, so it ain't like, you know. I'm kind of anxious to see the one that we talked about, but
yeah, oh yeah.
But
well,
you know,
that's the beauty of working with Fearmakers into the future. They're visionaries. They're very specific. They know what they want. They know where they're going. But on a side note, they allow people like me to contribute. They allow people like me to take like the action or the stunts or some of the kill scenes and then bring more to the table than they thought possible. And so that you can get more bang out of your buck than, you know, a big guy in a Bigfoot suit.
But no, I'm gonna be a 12-year-old for a couple of seconds. Do you know what my dream?
Right.
Do you know what my dream is before I go?
What's that?
Is to watch a horror movie being made.
Oh, well, geez,
actually be able to watch. Let's say that they make Dismal 2. I would love just to see any movie.
Well, with that kind of support, I'm sure that would be arranged.
Because
anybody that has that much of a fan for the movie and for, you know, what we're doing, then I find it difficult to believe that we wouldn't have you out on set if there was a sequel.
Because I'll definitely take a damn week's vacation and I'll go down. I never flown yet in my life, but I'll do it then, or I'll drive down. I told my wife that earlier. She gives me this weird face. You know how women are with horror movies. Like,
oh yeah. like we are with Desperate Housewives.
Oh, dude.
I'm just a stunt man.
You got my respect. That's all I got. I mean, I am so grateful that you're actually taking time out to talk to me. You know that.
Oh no! I feel it's the other way around. I'm just really, really impressed with somebody who likes our movie that much because we love it. We know it's a good one. We want to share it with the world.
Yeah.
But to see somebody, you know, that excited to share it also or to enjoy it, it's great to see a fan or you know, or somebody who's from the audience perspective.
Yep.
Had nothing to do with the making of the movie. The work side of it. They get to just sit down, pop some corn, and just enjoy it. I love that.
The reason why I think I like Dismal so much is because it can easily happen.
Yeah. That was one of the things that when I talked to the producer, Bo Buckley, he was, you know, we didn't know each other at all, so he was bringing me in because he had things he needed to have accomplished. He needed some stunts done, and then the character for Idiot kind of fell through, so he needed me to do that. And so it was work. You know, he had a job that needed filled, and he had too much on his plate as a producer. He had too many other things going on. So, you know, basically come on board and knock this out, Jack. I don't have time for a whole lot of else. Just tell me you can do it.
Yeah.
And after that, you know, started to build the professional relationship where he knows that I'm very supportive of Fearmakers and anything I can do to help contribute or, you know, increase the value of their films, I'd love to be a part of them. And they realize that. As
a matter of fact, I added Fearmakers' Facebook page today.
Awesome.
I stumbled across it from Bill's page, actually. It's weird. I go on Bill's page every now and then to see what he has to write because he's always putting something up like YouTube videos, whatever. But see, now, he's bad in that aspect. See, I'm so sucked in now. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean, not bad, but you know what I mean. I'm just so sucked into that movie that every time I see the word Dismal, I'm going nuts looking. Whoa.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, have you had a chance to correspond with any of the producers yet?
Not yet.
Well, they're kind of hard to get a hold of. They're businessmen. They've got not only Dismal, they've got Savage waiting a release. I mean, it's completely done.
Yep.
I think it's in some bidding wars right now with distribution companies. I mean, that's a good place to be, is people are fighting over it. Yep. And again, with Lance Steele Monster Hunter sometime over the horizon, I mean, these guys are constantly busy. But if you ever get a chance, they're the most down-to-earth, funny guys. And they're wicked smart, too. So,
right.
You know, maybe in the future try to get a hold of them. They're hysterical. They're very funny.
Maybe you can do me a big favor. Simple. If you see anybody, it's... Hey, feel free to give my cell phone number. I mean, I'm more than willing to put them on my podcast. I'm going to be a freaking bragger. No, I'm not. I'm going to have
you go ahead. Tell them.
I'm going to have some people come over, right? I'm going to say, you see that big guy right there?
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
That's my buddy. You're damn right. Hey, we need to get you some signed stuff. Billy's right. You know,
I do.
I'll tell you what, we'll try to get it done in Gettysburg, and if I don't make it, we'll take care of it just after Gettysburg.
And if something happens that I don't make it, I'll call you.
10-4.
Is that fair enough? Because you never know what happens. I mean, anything can happen between now and 2 weeks. That's a sad part about my life. You know,
I'm excited for you to see, you know, these other films that filmmakers are producing. They're really good ones. Savage is a really good one too. So I mean, everything filmmakers kicks out just gets better and better and better. I mean, these guys are great.
You rock. I really appreciate. You know,
you too, Scott.
Your other movie I want to see too, the Waters.
Oh yeah. I'm curious when. See, that's the hard part about making movies. You make them and you gotta just. It depends on your job. If you're a producer, you're gonna live with it for 5 years. But when you're an actor or a stunt man or a stunt coordinator, especially, you just kind of get into it for a few months and you film. Right. And then when you're done filming, you're done.
Yep.
You walk away. And it's like Dismal. I think we shot that in the end of May and early June, 2008. And so now, you know, I'm still waiting for an. It's a business. It just takes time. Sometimes you could flip it in 6 months, and other times it's going on 2 years.
Well,
But as long as the right things happen, then I'll wait forever.
Yeah, I read on the website that it says it's scheduled for release in 2011. Of course, that's guessing, but who knows? But trust me, I'm a fan of you now. Any movie you have now, it's going to be in my collection. I'm going to be a damn child now. You started something.
Oh, keep an eye on the horizon. Billy's the one that's way out in front, man. He's over there in L.A.
Hey, until I talk to him, you know, you're by yourself right now. Until I talk to him, then he's with you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tell him to catch up.
It's more personal when I get to talk to the person, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you tell him he turned Dismal into the Billy Oberst show.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do to him? If he ever does call me or we're getting cut, I'm going to start saying some of his lines right at him and see what he does.
Oh, yeah. Write a few of them down and start doing it. He'll crack up, dude. He's so humble. He's so humble, and he's such a gentleman. He's so nice.
Oh, God.
To see him play this character is real acting.
All right, well, keep me in mind. The next time, if you get a glimpse of, hear anything about, anything, Dismal 2, whatever, you make sure you call me right away, because my ass will be there watching that thing being made.
Hey, right back at you. If you know anything about Dismal 2 and I don't get a call,
I'll
let me know.
I'll let you know.
Heads are going to roll.
My head's going to roll. It's going to be, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can I get there?
I don't know. I hope I make the sequel.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to talk to Bill. I'm going to say, I want my boy.
No, you got to call the producers, bust their ass.
Well,
tell Gary King, say, we need part 2.
If Gary King does part 2, I'm going to say, Gary, you better get Jack's ass up there.
Yeah, the revenge of idiot.
and this idiot will be standing behind that idiot when you're not filming.
Right.
All right. Hey, if they ever need an extra for that movie, let me know.
You bet. If they ever do a
I could
part
be a dead
2
body.
or any.
I could be a dead body.
Sounds good, Scott. Sounds great, man.
I don't need paid. It'd be fun just to do it.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of stunts in this next movie where I've got to line up a bunch of zombies.
Oh.
And the hero and a couple, his buddy and his girlfriend, the three of them jump in a car and drive off down the driveway and hit about 3, 4, 5 zombies.
Sweet.
Wide open. So, there's full body armor and stunts and everything. So if you want to come out, we'll hit you with a car. Yeah.
Hit me. Hey, Scott, stay right there. We're going to hit you. All right.
Yeah. Piece of cake, dude. Here, just bite down on this and close your eyes. Right?
It won't hurt. All right, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, Scott.
I'll get back to you again. I'll try and keep in touch like once a month. Maybe,
Whatever. Yeah, anytime. Just give me a buzz.
I don't want to be a pain in your ass either, but I like to talk to you. You're good to talk to. You're fun.
Yeah, and all your fans out there and all your listeners, everybody, check this movie out. It is really, really good. It was well-written, well-acted, super cinematography and directing. I mean, the whole thing, it just keeps going. The CGI is great. And a good friend and amazing talent was the music composer,
yes.
Ken Lample. I mean, holy cow, that's a blessing. I mean, you hear it, and it's like Hollywood caliber. Small guts and big guts and stuff. And then you see the close-up where I'm eating the meat.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Yeah,
That would
great.
rock. That bitch should be on my picture frame on the wall on top of my computer. So that's my boy up there. See him up there? He's an idiot.
Well, let me go through my papers and see if I've got a copy of it, and then I'll send it to you.
Thank you very much, bud.
All right, brother. You need me
care.
for anything else?
No, I'm good. I'll call you in a couple weeks to talk more. I love talking to you.
All right, you too, Scott. You
Thank
take
you.
care of yourself. Be safe on the road.
Yep, take care.
All right, bye.